as a left fielder. You can have a lefty on lefty bat with David Peralta in there. And when there's a righty, you can definitely try to go with Pinder sometimes, but I think Peralta is good enough going against another lefty. If you notice, I don't have Profar, I don't have Canna in that, and I'll have Grossman. So later on, I'm going to probably mention why they're not there. Laureano at center field, Piscotty at right field, and Chris Davis at DH. That makes 25. Now, the people that I mentioned before, Canna, Profar, and Grossman. Those guys will probably be likely to be traded away. Now, what would they bring? There was one that I've already mentioned before, which was Profar being traded for David Peralta. So that already answers his. Canna could probably be for a pitching prospect or just a general prospect, whatever. I don't think if we do acquire someone position-wise, it would either be a left fielder or a second baseman. That's just the only thing I see. Catchers, I don't see anybody coming in and catching because Sean Murphy's going to be the primary catcher soon. Third base, that is Chapman's position. Shortstop, that is Marcus Semion's position up to now. First base, Matt Olson. I don't see them moving Laureano at center field. I don't see them trying to move Piscotty at right field. Definitely not moving Chris Davis at DH. So what does that leave? Second base and left field. So if we do get a position player, that would take out an at-bat from Canna. So Canna would probably be the odd man out, and I would keep Pinder just because he has a little more time of control. He's still in his arbitration years. So just more likable in keeping Pinder because he can also play good at third base. We've seen him do great in third base. He plays shortstop as well. He can play second base. He can play all outfield positions. He's had attempts to play first base. He's the more versatile guy, the more upside in the batter box. I think if you give him more at-bats, he will respond well. I like Pinder more than Canna, so definitely send out Canna. And Grossman, just because, he just doesn't fit into whatever's happening later on. And I'll have him trade out for prospects, or you can probably get another, minor league depth if you want. But Grossman, to his credit, has been getting better. He's hitting 5 home runs, 25 ribbies, 5 stolen bases, 265 batting average, 315 on-base percentage, 34 walks. So he is starting to respond well. And if he heats up, probably he can bring a little bit more. You never know. These teams would be tempted to get, players that are hot right now and hopefully continue to have their hot streak going in. And if Robbie Grossman starts heating up, maybe he'll be good enough to keep, or he can be important to this lineup. Maybe he'll be good enough to get a good piece back. You probably might even get pitching from him. You probably might get a reliever for him. Who knows? But Grossman definitely would be the odd man out as well at left field. I don't think he's done enough and it's a little too late to show what he can do at left field. So I would have Peralta over Grossman any day because he also has an option next year. Grossman doesn't have that option. And it's just a little more knowledge and common sense to get rid of Grossman. And another person that I have out of this lineup or out of this 25-man roster is Wei-Chung Wang. Wang has done tremendously well with Oakland, but he does have a minor league option left. And I think the A's will probably favor J.B. Wendelken going down, but I don't think they're making any trades soon. And if Wendelken is given more opportunities, I think he will respond. Wendelken has been doing way better in this recent call-up than previous ones. And he doesn't have that bad stats at all. Let's look at his stats. And these are one of the players that are expecting to break out in the second half or expected to be a little better. And Wendelken's definitely one of them. 4.56 ERA, 28 strikeouts, 2 home runs given up, a 2.97 FIP, which is really intriguing, and 25.2 innings pitches. Now, can he definitely lower down that ERA? Yes, he can definitely lower it down. Can he raise it up? Yeah, but he still can be that guy from last year that could be a good option for the A's. Wong is getting somewhat lucky with some of these things, but has pitched well. So if he starts to regress a little bit, probably they might experiment demoting Wong and keeping J.B. Wendelken, because J.B. Wendelken is the power arm. He can throw pretty good, 95 to 96 fastball. Does have good stuff. The cutter is good. The changeup is good. So definitely wouldn't mind to experiment with Wendelken if Wong does regress a little bit. But he does have one minor league option left. They can demote him, and no harm is done. Wong would be still in the A's plans going forward, and same can be with Wendelken as well. He still has some options left as well. Now, I'm going to end this show with players I expect to break out, and then we should be on our way. Chris Davis, definitely I expect him to break out. I think he's been given a good amount of days of rest. The All-Star weekend has definitely came in a good time, because 16 home runs for Crush before the at the first half is definitely concerning, but he's still on pace to hit 30 plus home runs. So definitely he just needs one good homer to get going, and you never know what you'll get with Crush. Crush is definitely something that is kind of under the clouds of questioning, but something that you do know that he probably will do is 242 again, so or 247 again. So who knows? Probably he'll do this again. Barreto, I'm expected to do a lot better as well. He has been hitting somewhat good. He's been pretty okay in defense. Already has a homer. AAA, he was really breaking out. So let's see what he could be given with more days of starting. Olsen already has 19 home runs. You know he got that month or two of sitting down and recovering from that little injury that he had in the Tokyo series. Already has 19 home runs, on pace to have 40 or 50. That's what there's in articles that are going in saying. So when you lose 140 home run potential type player in Chris Davis, you get another in Olsen. So if Olsen could do it, most definitely what's his name? Chris Davis can probably do it as well. Trinan, I'm expecting to be better. Trevino, Soria, I think and Wendelken, those guys have been good enough in their careers where they can probably bounce back. Soria has been pitching way better as of late. Trevino hasn't really given much runs in his previous outings. Trinan is the one that has been doing a little bad, but who knows? It can probably fix in the future. So that's what we have this week. Next week, we'll definitely go with more answering some of your questions as well. We have a lot of other things that can probably happen within a week. We all know how crazy this month is when it's already done with All-Star Weekend. And congratulations to Pete Alonso for winning the Home Run Derby. Congratulations to the AL team for winning the All-Star game. And congratulations to all those that just participated in the first All-Star or participated for another All-Star. Very, 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 very happy where the A's are at. Hopefully we can get some moves in and keep on going. This is the fun part of baseball. This is when baseball is starting to get legit, starting to get real. Teams start knowing what they're going to have, and teams start knowing what they're going to do. So we will definitely talk more about that next week. My name is MJ Hernandez, and this is A's Weekly.